Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday morning in Denmark, and we're going to be looking at the Twitter stuff. Haven't done it for like a week. Some charts are old, but we will go through them. And what a week it has been for gold and silver, gapping up Sunday night and then on Monday morning, and then we came all the way down to 2K once again. But I do believe that this is the beginning for gold and silver, even though we have had this scare of a week, which I said would probably happen. When we break such a level, you will, especially in gold and silver, you will get a big scare, like a fake start. And I do think that we are going higher for gold and silver. That's a given for me. But the road will not be a straight line. It would be very volatile, and the volatile session has begun now, breaking the all-time highs. You will get a lot of volatility when such thing occur. Anyways, we have to look at the Twitter stuff here. Again, thank you all for tuning in. As always, highly appreciated. Like, subscribe, do your thing. And let's get straight into business here, guys. Patrick Karim, even the silver June, this is from December the 2nd. So this is 7 days ago. So it's not old news, but it's definitely not yesterday's news. Even the silver junior miners are trying real hard to turn the corner. And what he's trying to do here, let me make it bigger. 2016, you have the move down, a big pop here, and then again into 2020, a big pop, and we're seeing the same thing again. I completely agree that we're really trying to turn a big corner here. And yes, silver had a rough week, down 10% or so, but I think the silver miners only went down 4 to 5%, which is a good divergence to have. But let's see what happens next week. But definitely, silver miners are trying to really turn a big corner here. The JC Parrott's new all-time highs are not a characteristic of a downtrend. Again, this is gold. And this is, as mentioned, on December the 2nd. December the 2nd, again, breaking the all-time highs. When that happens, you see a lot of volatility in both directions, a lot of false starts and people trying to short it. What we actually saw initially, when the futures opened this week, was a stop loss. Everyone that had the stops right above the all-time highs at 2,75, excuse me, that's what stops. And then you often come all the way down, and then you start again. Obviously, we went below, and we're now sitting at 2K. So not ideal, but not a disaster by any means at all. Again, here we have Patrick, my good man Patrick, gold versus junior miners. Now look at what's happening to the mighty Google. So you have the upper trend line here from 2016 all the way up, breaking up the first backtest, the first retest. Again, it's quite simple. He's not saying that, it's going to go to the moon for the silver miners. He's laying out that if we bounce here, very bullish for silver miners. If we start to drop below, we have a false breakout, and that's bearish. So again, he's not calling for anything. He's just showing you two things. If this happens, bullish silver miners. If that happens, bearish. It is that easy sometimes. Not calling anything. I like it. Just very objective to the charts. Okay, current here. Again, this is silver. Again, we're breaking up. This is very early, December the 3rd. So that's Sunday. And obviously now, what the hell? Obviously now we came a lot higher, but we are also now, this is SLB, excuse me, but we have coming all the way down here. I think we're into the 21s now. The retest of that blue line didn't hold, and we are below. Again, silver is a weird animal, but looking at gold, that is definitely where you have your conviction that we are going higher, and silver will follow. Yes, it will. And that's just going to show you this is 6 days old, and already this chart is out of date, right? Because that was a major breakout. We had the back test, and now we're back below again. So in 1 week, from looking really bullish into the back test, and now we're below again. So things move very fast. So 1 week can change everything, the entire dynamic. Just look at copper, by the way. IRVN, things get real interesting back above the 200 moving average. You can see here again, falling wedge, trying to break out here, breakout, retest, resumption. Again, you have some minor trend lines that is about to break, but again, this is the start, and that's when you have the break, you should try to look for your long, depending if you have a bull flag or whatever, how you want to do it. But this is definitely has a good chance of being the start of going higher. There's a volume node up here at roughly 25, so that could be a decent target for that move. Mara here with a jig. Again, I want to just show you how simple things can be. Sometimes you have an upper trend line here, a rail, and a strong move up to the trend zone this week. However, the MACD cross and recent Bitcoin action shows that this may just be getting started. Again, you have the MACD crossover here. Again, I don't use the MACD, but whenever you have a crossover from the short-term oscillator crossing the long-term, that's always a good sign, especially around the zero mark. That is really, really, really nice. So here, if we can break up and then we have the retest going on, that's when you want to be adding. You can add the break or the retest or both, depending on how you want to play it. But definitely, sometimes a chart can be really simple. You don't need a lot of stuff. One trend line, that's your current state of the chart. Really simple here. The Hedgeless Horseman nickel, again, showing you that's a long-term formation there, going back roughly 10 years. Huge search up with the nickel squeeze or the nickel futures shenanigans, and now we're all the way down at the apex. We also have a blue demand zone here, supply and demand zone. So definitely, I think we will find we're closer to the bottom actually than the top. That's for sure. That's my view on nickel. Great chart, again, simple, one formation, and you're back to that double support. Keeping it simple, I like it. Stefano here, silver again. This is 3 days ago, so this is after the big pop, and now we were coming back down. A crucial moment. The next few weeks could develop like after the precious bottom seen in 2019. Be ready. I broke my keyboard like that. I don't know if I can zoom in here. No, it doesn't work. So, but anyway, what he's trying to show you is the SIL-J. You have that long-term falling trend line there, and we are just pounding our head into it. Again, that is the one you want to break. Same as over here. That's exactly when things went wild, right? Yes, we had the COVID bust there, but again, we are very close to some big breakouts for SIL-J. Pass, which is a minor long-term trend line coming from below here to there, and we are sitting there. The downtrend seems to be fading out, so if we can pop here, then we are going into a stage 2, possibly on the weekly chart. So again, silver is getting wild here. This is one of my charts. Gold, 2008 to 2009. The weekly closes, by the way, and you had that retest from above, and now we're retesting it again. I think we are all right at this trend line, maybe a tad below, given that we closed at roughly 2K, maybe a bit above 2K. So let's see if we can bounce here and we can have some sort of replica of the 2009 stuff when we also broke the 1K level into, and then we marched on to 2K. Grady, I got my Grady here. This is EGO, Eldorado Gold Corp. Huge inverted head and shoulders and the breakout there. And yes, if we get a retest, which I think we will at roughly $12, that's a great entry. Again, stops below. But again, it's showing you that the gold miners and also the silver miners is really, really trying to tell you something, in my honest opinion. And yeah, it is the place to be. They are very, very undervalued. Stefano here again with gold. Gold is expected to reach around $8,000 by 2028. It's my opinion and his viewpoint and my viewpoint. And I agree. I have a target at 7,500. So let's call it 8,000. We are quite on the same boat for gold. And that's only a 4x from here. A 4x in this day and age is nothing. You can see some crappy shitcoin just do like 10x in like a week. So I know it's a bigger market. I get it. But still, these setups here, you can do the projections yourself. Gold is going higher, and my target is also roughly 8K. This is Aaron. Silver here. 2 days ago, we came all the way up. Then we had the Monday, the weekly open surge up, and then all the way down to the retest. And now we're actually closed here at 23. So we are below again of that very important trend line. So not ideal for silver. I know gold closed exactly at its upper trend line. That's what we want to see. Ideally, that neckline here and that yellow trend line held, and we went up again. That would be a perfect technical stuff. So, but it didn't. The great Martis here, KRE, watch closely for the regional bank sell-off in 2024. And what he's showing to is the bear flags that we have here. If that happens and you have a move down, you have a lot of downside to come if that is really the case. I know the chart looks a bit different on the log scale, but still, that is a bear flag no matter how you look at it. Let's see where it ends up. Bar chart here, Chinese Shanghai Composite Stock Index currently testing its the 20-year freight line. There it is. Again, one line gives you exactly what you want to know on a chart. Nothing all around the stuff, all around the places, Fibonacci's and all that, even though Fibs are good. One trend line here. Every time we have hit it, we are bouncing. But as you can see here, the moves up from the trend line is getting smaller and smaller. So yes, my family is home. So if you can hear a kid in the background, that's my daughter. She's very loud. It's a female, so go figure. So yes, just one trend on here again. The bounces are getting smaller and smaller. It's really, really important for the Chinese composite here, or the Shanghai composite, to hold that trend line, obviously. Getting below, that means that China is in big, big trouble. No doubt about it. Great here once again here. One of the many large gold miners companies that we bought on the 2022 lows, up 200%. That's a beautiful entry, by the way. From major PM lows, large gold companies, leaders moves first, so you must have chosen then the right experience, tools, and mindset needed. Again, big inverted head and shoulders, false breakdown here, all the way up to the neckline, coming down, retesting again, getting below, just like silver did. We actually went below. Hopefully we get that snap back up here, retest, and now we're going up again. Again, above that long-term 2-year, big neckline right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff for... excuse me, that was HMI, the Harmony Gold Mining. So last but not least, Axel here, China. Shorter term time frame compared to what we looked at before. Can China rebound from this important support? Again, what he's showing to is the move down here to the double support right there. I also think you have alignment over here, give or take. And what I'm also noticing is you have 1, 2, 3 moves down, breakout, and then into a double bottom. Again, buying here with a stop below can be very, very profitable. You don't need to be right, you know, a lot of the times. But if you catch that double bottom here, and you can ride maybe all the way up to some of these highs here, you have a beautiful risk reward, even though you might only win like 20% of the time. You will print money like you have no idea if you do this trade over and over again. But let's see where China can bounce. You know, China, Shanghai looks really important for the next few weeks, that they can hold these levels. And the previous chart that we looked at, very important. There are definitely better markets to invest in than China right now. Brazil is one of them. I really, really like Brazil. Also the Indonesian. The India one is India is very, very good looking at the moment. So there are definitely a lot of emerging markets that looks fantastic. China could be looking good if it holds here. But again, the next quarter will show where we end up. With that said, I'm out, guys, here again. Have a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. I need to do the weekly update on gold and silver, overall commodities, and we need to look into uranium. And then next week, we will be back on schedule. Last week, I was a bit ill, so I had like 4 days where I didn't do a lot of stuff. So we will be back in the business. Hopefully, you will be with me. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.